Shake that.
Holy cow, Bronco fans. Unless you've been living under a rock or perhaps you were down in Cabo getting some vitamin D, the Peyton Manning drama is now, it is done, it is over. Peyton Manning expected to sign his big contract with the Broncos either tonight or tomorrow. Nobody could be happier about it. You know the old joke, what's got two thumbs and couldn't be happier? This guy. Now, before I go on, I'd like to address a couple of things with you Bronco fans out there that I'd like to call the knee-jerk reaction to Peyton Manning being signed by the Broncos. John Elway is a no-talent, Tebow-hating hack that couldn't manage the opening of a box of chiclets. I hate John Elway. You have totally screwed this team. And, of course, you got the flip side, the guy going out that's fully prepared to mortgage his house and life savings that the Broncos go to the Super Bowl this year. Calm down, folks. Calm down, Bronco Nation. It's okay. Breathe. Breathe in, out, in, out. It's going to be okay. Relax. Now, I'm certainly not here to say neener to you, Tebow Nation, but I will offer a little advice. Remember just a couple of years ago when the Broncos won 3 games, Josh McDaniels, the most hated guy in town, there was Spygate, and Joe Ellis was playing talent agents into the Broncos personnel. All of that resembled just a big bowl of beanie weenies. It was bland, it was dumb, it was stupid, and we were so happy to get it behind us. Our offense with Kyle Orton at the helm couldn't lead a team of Oompa Loompas to the land of chocolatey goodness. It was that bad. It was that pathetic. So then we all cried Tim Tebow. Wish granted. Tebow came in after the Orton vanilla pancakes flopped once again, and we won a few ball games. We won a few nail biters, arguably, and with a little help from San Diego, we actually backed our way into the playoffs. It was deserving. It was exciting. One pass in the Pittsburgh game, and all of a sudden we have crowned Tim Tebow as the next savior in Denver. And by we, I mean not me. Well, I will say this about Tim Tebow. He was the heart of the Denver Bronco offense. But if you take a step back and looked at the offense as a whole, it was more like man nipples. It was ugly to look at and, quite frankly, useless. Man nipples. Needless to say, it wasn't good. And football acumen says that John Elway is not going to be happy with that kind of offense. Now, I know what you're saying, Tebow Nation. John Elway came out and said that Tim Tebow will be the starter when the season opens or camp opens. That was then. That was months ago. That was before Peyton Manning was released by the Colts. And once again, to quote Shad in an earlier show, this is Peyton freaking Manning that we're talking about here. Things change, and the Broncos stepped up to the plate. Now, I know Tim Tebow can certainly be a touchy subject with a lot of you out there. My goodness, you go to the blogs, you go to Twitter, you go to our Bronco fan page on Facebook, and infighting back and forth. And John Elway is a butthole, and Tim Tebow, you should give him the chance, and he'll lead us to the promised land. It has just gotten to the point of being ridiculous. It's something that I'm glad is over. In a league that is all about winning now versus later, the Broncos went out and did what they felt they had to do. Things could be worse. Could live in Miami. But to put a final stamp on the Tim Tebow offense, the one thing that I look at is the rest of the league. If I'm in the league and I play in San Diego, or if I play in Kansas City, or I play in Oakland or Cleveland or Houston or wherever, and I see that I've got the Broncos offense coming up this week, am I really fearful of that? No. But I tell you what, with Peyton Manning at the helm, I think a lot of teams in the NFL are going to be paying attention when the Broncos come to town. Certainly, as free agency goes, this is just the tip of the iceberg. A lot of things were kind of hinging on this deal, whether or not we got him or we didn't. I think what you are going to see from the NFL, and especially free agent players right now still available, is what I'd like to call a Bronco boner. Peyton Manning's in town, and oh, lordy lord, they all want to be wearing that orange and blue here real soon. I got one word for Eddie Royal, for Brandon Lloyd, for Mario Manningham, and for everybody else that went to a team that thought they were getting Peyton. Dough. The one thing that you all have to realize out there is that is the effect that Peyton Manning will have on a football team. He's like the Viagra for a limp offense. All the things I could have said, and I went with that. All in all, you have to admit this is some pretty exciting times. More Bronco news and coverage will be coming up in the next couple of days. Obviously, more free agent signings expected. We've got the draft coming up. Oh, my goodness. It's good to be a Broncos fan. So until next time, I'm Danny. This is Bronco Planet. And that's a man nipple. You just can't see it.